Hello, it is Thursday, July 21st, 2022. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Thursday crossword today, so we will have some sort of interesting theme, and a probably somewhat more difficult puzzle than we've had so far this week. I always think of Thursday as the day when the crossword really starts getting a bit more difficult. And this potentially tricky edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us in part by a new benefactor. So welcome to Lewis Williams, who has joined the Patreon campaign as a benefactor, which means he will be entitled to that Let's Check the Crosses mug. And he is joined by benefactors Victoria Rojishka, as well as always, the inestimable Hood Monster, the invaluable Timothy Mark, the inimitable Connor O'Neill, and the infallible Cynthia Toms. So thank you so much to the six of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, and welcome again to new benefactor Lewis Williams. Thank you to all of you for your support. I really do appreciate it. And thank you to the support of everybody who has backed the Patreon campaign at any level. I really do appreciate it. It's incredibly helpful and meaningful and allows me to make this a sustainable part of my daily work. So thank you very much. And if you'd like to join their ranks, you can find how to do so at patreon.com/dailysolve, where you can get access to all of the bonus videos that have gone up to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week. So do look out for that. And what else? Please do subscribe to the channel. If you like these videos, subscribe to the YouTube channel, that is. And you can also become a member of the Daily Solve Discord chat server, where other members of this community reside and discuss the New York Times crossword every day, as well as post Wordle scores and discuss other crosswords and construct crosswords in the Constructor's Corner channel and that sort of thing. So, link as well in the description field. And now let's get on to today's video, today's crossword. As noted, it is a Thursday puzzle, and it was constructed by Anne-Marie Crinian and Eric Bornstein. This is the second puzzle for Anne-Marie Crinian, and somewhere around the dozenth for Eric Bornstein, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's start solving. Statistical abbreviation. Boy, this could be quite a few things, couldn't it? Could be an estimate, could be RBI, the baseball statistic. I don't know. I think there are too many options. A male swan is a cob, right? Isn't that what a male swan is? Wine, maybe. And noted feature of Limburger cheese. It is famously odorous, famously smelly. It has an odor. And a relative of a chimpanzee. You could be a bonobo, perhaps. I think it's a relative of a chimpanzee. So bother could be an ado in the sense of as a noun rather than a verb. So that was a whole bother. That was a whole ado. It was a whole thing. And she follower, is this referring to Xi Jinping or oh, is it the Greek, is it a Greek letter epsilon? Wine, maybe. Could be a call. And let's check the crosses here. The House at Blank Corner, children's classic. I'm not sure. I don't think I know that. Paper strip. And cutoff points for some boots. Ankles or knees or thighs or calves. Icebreaker. I wonder if epsilon is wrong. Maybe I'll delete that for now. What about this? Attracting much publicity. Maybe call is wrong. I don't know. Let's go back to the acrosses and see what happens. Common pre-law major, informally. What might one study at university before studying law? History or something? I mean, that's not an informal term for anything. There's probably a obvious thing here that I'm missing. Following the direction of Allah? Is it in the style of something, maybe? Earn, as in northern, is following the direction of north? Not sure. Neither over nor under, but a round. something about par in golf, and tattletale. Oh, I don't know what a squealer or a rat or I'm not sure. Okay, destination in Hercules' 12th labor. Nemea? No. Is it Hades? Gets under the skin of bugs or nags or something. Support staff. Boy, this is really not going well. Hope I can find a way into this puzzle at some point. The Super Bowl with the big game? I don't know. That's it's an uneducated stab, but it seems plausible. Oh, and there's a dash. Interesting. So when you have a dash in a puzzle like this, in a themed puzzle particularly, it generally means you don't need a clue for this answer because it's already been clued through some other means. Either it's continuing on, so it could be, for instance, this 20 across attracting much publicity. It's possible that this clue continues down here, or it could be that maybe the black cells represent something that is serving as this clue. The black cells directly above this. It could be any number of things. Don't know yet. Terry of Tootsie, Terry Garr, the actor, and colorful county name in 14 states. Maybe, Orange is a relatively common county name. So does that, the Super Bowl with the big, I don't know. I believe basically anything, but I just don't know what it is because I'm not familiar enough. Poetic conjunction. Air? Maybe this isn't orange. Actually doesn't, yeah, orange actually doesn't look very good. Maybe I'll put, green. Colorful county name. Green, maybe green with an E. That's a very plausible county name, I suppose. And here's the dash, and then what is this? Set free, release. Previously seen, not new. Chaney, known as the Man of 1,000 Faces. Lon Chaney was an actor in classic Hollywood, played various monstrous characters, that sort of thing. Certain warm-up exercises. And what do we have over here? Lesson could be ease, as in your grip, lessen your grip, ease your grip. And here's one of our dash clues, which we've not yet determined how to solve. Springtime in Paris. So spring in French is printemps, which doesn't fit here. What would this be? Oh, maybe the month of May, which is May spelled this way in French, perhaps? This looks like it could be view, the word view. In fact, I struggle to imagine what else it could be. Commentary on a scientific article. So I wonder if that's what this means. I wonder if the dash does mean it's continuing. It's sort of taking this L turn from the corresponding across clue. Commentary on a scientific article. And then this could be coming off of here. So attracting much publicity. Okay, let's see. Like the bite of a king cobra. Lethal, perhaps? And a bad reputation. And then noted web developer, Spider-Man. The man there made me think this probably wasn't a web developer, in other words, a professional creator of internet sites. It seemed like it was going to be something slightly punny, and it was. Spider-Man, a noted web developer. Right, so Hades, destination in Hercules' 12th labor does look right. And bad reputation is infamy, there we go. You are infamous, you have a bad reputation. So, common pre-law major informally. What did I see what that is? So this is an area of study that would commonly precede law. And here we have neither over nor under, but a round. And here we have a tattletale. Oh, a rat fink. So rat was involved. A rat fink. Yes, you hear that in sort of gangster, sort of old-timey gangster sort of things. Following the direction of. Per, right, as per directions, as following the direction of these directions. That would be a redundant thing to say, but you get the drift, I think. Some sex cells could be ova, perhaps. Eggs, used in reproduction. And, poli-sci would be a common preload major. I suppose so. Political science, I don't really think of political science and the law. I mean, obviously, politics results in laws. I guess I understand why that would be the case. I wouldn't have thought they were intrinsically linked in this manner, but fair enough. If it indeed is a common pre-law major, it makes no difference what I think of it. If that's true, it's true. Neither over nor under, but a round. Even par. Okay, so I think it must be a golf thing. I don't know what even par means. Oh, I think that maybe that is what happens when you achieve exactly par. So if it's a par 3 hole and you shoot 3 or whatever the terminology would be, that's considered even par. I don't know. That's my guess. Support staff is a cane, a staff used to support oneself. And if something gets under your skin, it irks you. All right, there we go. Seem to have found my way into the puzzle. That's nice. Oh, this looks like early review or something. Comment on a scientific article. Early review would be sort of strange. What is this? I do think that this is how this works. I think the dash indicates that the answer continues from the connected across clue, because this review looks like something that would absolutely be part of an answer to commentary on a scientific article. And what was this again? Attracting much publicity. Okay, I'm not sure about that. Let's keep going for now. Wine. Does look like it could be a call, but I'm going to keep going. We've not seen anything in the rest of the puzzle yet. Executive role for an engineer, a chief technological officer, maybe? Chief technology officer, I should say. And dish in which ingredients are cooked at the table. I don't know, fajitas, maybe? No, not really. They sort of bring it to you, but it's already cooked. Grip is a vice or something. Big name in laptops. Acer, perhaps? Acer was referenced in a crossword just the other day, I believe. Presidential check. Presidential check. Line item veto or something, I'm not sure. Planted. Feels like it could be several things. Certain warm-up exercises. And chemical suffixes. Enes or something like that. I mean, there are quite a few, I'm sure, possibilities here. But it probably does end in S. Let's keep looking. Grab a seat. And hanging out, say. Character with a wild ride at Disneyland. I do happen to know this. It's Mr. Toad. From The Wind in the Willows, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Which concludes in Mr. Toad going to hell. He's sort of convicted for the crime of basically being a public nuisance. He's driving his car at unsafe speeds all around town. And he's taken to court and he's found guilty. And then I think he's run over by a train or something in an accident. And then literally is depicted as being in hell. It's quite intense. Okay. Alternative to a refund, often. And what about this? Favorite. I think I feel extremely off today. I don't think I'm doing very well in this crossword. Top of a deck, an ace card, perhaps? And 100% in slang. Deaf, maybe? As in most deaf, most definitely. Start of a reminiscence. Once upon a time, you might think. Blank shark. And... alternative to a refund, maybe a store credit. No wonder I couldn't imagine what that was. Oh, these look like menu items on a computer. We have edit and view. So I wonder if this is going to be file or something like that. Attracting, oh yeah, it is. Attracting much publicity is high profile. And a scholarly review is a commentary on a scientific article. There we go. I should have been able to jump to that earlier, but I didn't. Right. Okay. So that's our theme. We're using... Right. Oh, these aren't menu options either. These are the names of the menus themselves. Oh, and they sort of... you could sort of call this a drop-down menu because that must be the theme. I wonder if there will be a revealer that says something like that, because these are the names of menus on Windows computers specifically. So we have the File menu, the View menu, the Edit menu. Many pieces of software in Windows have menus named exactly this, and those are drop-down menus. You click them, and then the menu drops down, and these names, indeed, are dropping down from their starting points here. That's very clever. What a clever little sort of self-explanatory theme. Very well done. Oh, and here it is. Options at the top of a computer window, as seen 3 times in this puzzle. Well, here it is. Drop-down menus. Drop-down menu. Right. Options. Right, I suppose it's still singular because a single drop-down menu includes several options. Is that what that's implying? Anyway, very clever. And so we've seen it 3 times, which means we've solved the theme. We have our File menu, our View menu, and our Edit menu, and that's it. All right, so we need to solve the rest of these. Oh, certain warm-up exercises are etudes. That's used most often to refer to pieces of music intended to study, that kind of thing. Professional nickname. Not sure. Continental divide. I keep thinking of things like chasm or abyss or whatever. I don't know if that's right way to think about it. A reef shark, this must be. And favorite is one's favorite. That's annoying. It's found in many French desserts. Well, sucre is sugar. What else? Fruit? Professional nickname. Doctor? Favorite. Missing something here. I don't think it's fruit. Question of self-reflection. Am I? You might ask one yourself. Bring in could be net, as in earnings. Continental divide. Oh, cream. Crème, cream in French. Found in many French desserts. That looks right. So professional nickname perhaps is Doc. And then continental divide is an ocean. Right, okay, sorry. It literally divides continents, the ocean. Fair enough. And favorite one seed. This is a sports thing. That's why that didn't jump out at me. I was thinking of a favorite as in one's favorite, a pet or someone's personal favorite thing or person or animal or what have you. Okay, law bigwig. Some sort of lawyer or judge, I suppose. Chemical suffixes, right. It does have that N there, which is what I expected. But, yeah, so it could be eans or something like that. I'll wait till we have more. Grab a seat. Plop down or what? Could be an electoral seat, I suppose. Probably not. But it could be. Alibi, say, is a story, maybe? And a herring-like fish. Don't know. Is it a shad or something? Nerf product that might be used to bother a sibling. A dart gun? And farewell could be ta-ta. Name found in consecutive letters of the alphabet. Stu. Nickname for Stuart. And sweet pea is Hun, a pet name you could use for a partner. And itching to fight is something-ish, I would think. What is this? Eroded, ate into. And hanging out, drying, as in clothes are hanging out to dry. Grab a seat, park it. Okay, I'm not surprised I didn't get that with fewer crosses, but there we go. Grab a seat, park it, you might say. And if you're itching to fight, oh, hawkish as opposed to dovish. So hawkish being generally more in favor of conflict. A presidential check. Oh, I was on the right track with line item veto. That was overly specific. It's just veto power in general. I don't know why I was going straight to line item. I guess because I was thinking of sort of checking individual components of something, which is not what the clue said. Oh, a law bigwig is a partner in a law firm. There you go. And planted is sown, maybe in a field, agriculturally sown. And dish in which ingredients are cooked at the table, right? Hot pot, yes. Boy, I've not had hot pot in years. And then Polynesian staple food is poi. And then chemical suffixes are eens. So there we go. That looks right. Cats with the unique ability to turn their ankle joints around. Wow, I didn't know that, I don't think. Ocelots, it must be. That's interesting. And grip, and then, oh, grip, hold. You have to grip on something, hold on something. And if you must do something, you have to do it. And have we checked all the crosses there? I think so, yes. An icebreaker could be a chisel, quite literally, as opposed to an icebreaker that's a bit of an exercise to introduce you to someone else. Whine, oh, I see. To whine is to carp, to complain. There we go. Oh, Omicron is it's not epsilon, it's Omicron is the next letter. Sorry about that. Once again, my lack of deep sort of, I don't know, casual familiarity with the Greek alphabet bites me. Oh, cutoff point for some boots, right? So this was indeed thigh. I think that was one of the things that I went through, but I think I had maybe epsilon in there, and so it didn't fit. NL Central Team on scoreboards. National League Central Team on scoreboards. Chicago, perhaps? I mean, I'm just guessing with the HI there. And a paper strip. Oh, a comic strip. Right, of course. I was thinking of a strip of paper for, I don't know, paper mache or something like that, but nope. Statistical abbreviation. Percentage, PCT. And the house at Pooh Corner, right, of course. It's one of the Winnie the Pooh books. Yes, I did know that after all, but I didn't think of it before. And a response to an unveiling would simply be, ooh, amazing. And there we have it. That's the puzzle for Thursday, July 21st. And a very clever theme. That puzzle really gave me a workout, I must say. I struggled really throughout. I mean, it wasn't even really that there was one area I found difficult. There was resistance throughout the solve. It was certainly a tricky one for me. And what a fun theme. We had our high profile menu, our scholarly review menu, and our store credit menu, all of which, of course, are drop-down menus. And yes, very good. And I wonder why I've had so much trouble with this puzzle. It's interesting. There's not a surfeit of proper nouns or any of those sorts of things. It just found it a bit difficult for whatever reason. I suppose there are quite a few short, funny little words like this that could be many things, although male swan, bother, I got those quickly. Question of, yeah, I suppose these I got quickly. That wasn't the problem. What were the things? Park it, I guess, took me a while. Yeah, I don't know. Just one of those puzzles. It struck me that way. Let me know how you did. I'm curious to know how to calibrate this difficulty level because I found it tricky. And now let's discuss a few clues from yesterday's puzzle, shall we? Let's see here. So this I thought was interesting. Michelle McBride-Charpentier pointed out, Will Shortz might be getting a little lax on the Oreo rule. The December 1st, 2021 puzzle had the clue blank O's, post cereal, and January 10th, 2021 had today's exact phrasing blank O's, breakfast cereal. So those, I wouldn't consider those the same. I would consider those different, even though the format is very similar. I do remember thinking when I arrived at that clue, this does seem very similar to one we've seen in the not too distant past. Anyway, Any Prophet follows up and says some variant of this clue has appeared 9 times total, and this specific variation has been in 3 times. In the past year, there have only been 2 repeat clues, and they're both O's variants. So the Oreo rule isn't absolute, but it has been pretty consistent recently. I tried finding a reference to it, but it must have been on a podcast or something because I'm coming up blank. Yes, indeed. So the rule being referred to here is the rule that I have stated several times, which is that in order to include Oreo in a crossword, it must be accompanied by an answer that has not been used before. And for what it's worth, as I said, I would consider blank O's post cereal and blank O's breakfast cereal. I would consider those to be different clues. I mean, the rule needs to be unambiguous. But if indeed there are literal duplicates, then it could be that I don't know where I found that rule. Because after I read this comment, I did try and search around and try and find the source of this supposed rule, to which I have referred many times on this series, that you must have a new variant of an Oreo clue in order to include Oreo in the crossword. And I couldn't find it either. So I don't know where I got that. I don't remember. I mean, I think I've had that in my brain for years now, so it might just be one of those things. If anybody knows the source of the Oreo rule and the extent to which it's legitimate, please do let me know. All right, moving on. Bilbo Swaggins says, the nail polish brand clued was OPI in yesterday's puzzle, which was originally Odontorium Products Incorporated, and it's said as an acronym. I wonder if this commenter means initialism, because they put OPI with dots between the letters, so OPI, whereas an acronym generally is something that you actually pronounce as a word, like OPI, for instance, whereas an initialism would be one where you say OPI. In any case, once stood for Odontorium Products Incorporated, which is an amazing name. Kathleen Quinn says, as a native Bostonian, I have to raise a slight objection to today's theme answers. Although the constructor got the accent correct in eliding the R's, which was the theme of yesterday's puzzle, if you remember, they were phrases whose R's were removed in order to create a kind of Boston-themed pun. But the constructor failed to keep each word's vowel sound correct. He changed the vowel to an ah, spelled with an O sound, rather than the correct ah spelled with an A sound. That is not a proper Boston accent. But what do you want? According to the New York Times wordplay notes and constructors column, the constructors from New Jersey talk about accents. Yes, so I don't remember, sorry, Kathleen, I don't remember exactly the specific words, but I do remember noticing that as well when solving the crossword, that simply removing the R's created words that weren't actually pronounced with the vowel sound that would indeed map to a Bostonian saying the pun phrase in their accent. Yes, I do remember noticing that as well. But so it's a fair enough thing to point out, even though I can't remember the specific examples off the top of my head. Heather Whaley says regarding the U.S. Open, which I think I called a tennis tournament, Heather Whaley says, I believe the U.S. Open is both a tennis and a golf tournament. And A.J. Cham says, those are the two main ones, but funnily enough, among the various lesser-known U.S. Open championships was a crossword tournament that ran for a few years in the 1980s. The tournament director, why, it was Will Shortz. So there we have it. And that was actually before Will Shortz was the New York Times crossword editor, because I believe he only became editor in 1993. So that's very interesting. And there we have it. Thank you to everybody who left comments. I always appreciate it. And I will be back tomorrow for the Friday edition of the New York Times crossword. Our first themeless puzzle of the week. Could be even trickier than this one, which I found difficult. Again, let me know how you fared. And please do return for that. And until that point, do have an excellent remainder of your Thursday. Take care.